She's going to introduce them. Let's welcome all three.
As she said, my name is Virginia Mouse. This is my granddaughter, Mia Forbes, and my niece, Emma Epler. They're going to kind of help me and make it a little bit probably more entertaining, because it's kind of dry when you're talking about food and how you prepare it and that kind of thing. So we're going to make pecan butter. It's really simple to make now, as opposed to when I was a kid. I had an aunt who had to do everything the old way. So she had the mortar, and I can remember at cooking dinners at her house or going with my mom, just going over with my mom and Aunt Polly saying, okay, you girls get over here and you found this corn. It was cool for the first 5 minutes or so, and then after that it was like, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. So it's basically corn and pecans. And can you tell me where you get the pecans, Mia? Where do you get the pecans?
Put it in the basket.
Under the tree?
Under the tree.
And where do we do that?
Put it in the basket and put it in Walmart.
Or we can go to Walmart, yeah. You can pick them under the tree and put them in your basket, or you can go to Walmart and get them. And then your corn, we've got corn husks here. So can you take your corn off? And then you just cut it off the cob if you want to do it that way, or if you want to cheat, you can get a can of corn and drain it. But they usually, Aunt Polly would make us pound this out, and then there's quite a process in it when you're using the mortar, because you have to pound it, and then you have to sift it until it's a real fine, silky powder. Good job, Sissy, you're so good. She cooks with us. When we cook memorial dinners and funerals, she helps us. She's quite a little helper, and so is Miss Emma. These ladies are already cooking. And she's 3, and Emma's 11? Yay! So then you would just take if you're going to do it this way, you would just take your knife and cut the corn off the cob. And then got your pecans shelled and cleaned here, and then the other ingredient is sugar. So after you do that, then you take your pecans and you roast them till they get kind of a pretty brown. How you can smell the pecan is when they're done and ready to turn into butter. And then your corn, the same thing. You're going to roast it, but you want to watch your corn because it can burn and get really hard really fast. So you just let it get a little bit golden brown, and then when you're done with that, you come and you put it in your processor, and good job, sis. And then you add sugar to it. After you've done it a little bit, you add sugar to it till it's sweet, as sweet as you want it. And then we have some. My cousin Billy Joe said he would pass out some pecan butter that we already made, and my daughter Stacia is going to pass out some that we already have made. Do you guys have any questions? You can put it on crackers, you can put it on bread. It's really rich and really sweet, depending on how much sugar you put it in. It just kind of depends on what you want to eat it on. Sometimes we'll put it on the tables at memorial dinners because the family will request it, and sometimes they just eat the whole thing without putting it on anything. It's just your preference. Anybody want to try any pecan butter? And if it's not any good, it's Billy Joe's fault because he told me it was good.
While the pecan butter is making its rounds, are there any other questions? You got one.
Do they do anything with other kinds of nuts besides pecans? peanuts? Like, can you do it with peanuts or almonds?
You can do it with peanuts and almonds. I wouldn't do it with acorns though,
Okay.
but pecans, almonds. Good job, sister.
And do you have to have the corn? Can you do it without corn? Or-
I've never made it without the corn. I'm sure that you could. I'm sure there's plenty, I'm sure you could Google a recipe that doesn't have the corn in it, but it gives it just that little bit of, I think, a little bit extra flavor. You want to help me?
Are there any other questions or thoughts about what you're tasting?
What are the proportions?
I don't know how to measure.
Miss Virginia knew she was going to get that question. And so what we've done is collect the ingredients and the steps that she took, and we'll share that on that Fusion website.
Yay, see, I love her. But I don't use measurements. I don't know how to cook that way. When I cook fried bread, I use like 10 pounds of flour. And it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And dumplings, it's the same thing. However many people you're cooking for, it's kind of flour. Yeah, that looks right, exactly.
Josie, one?
I want to sort of give some context to what you're seeing. Well, last week we had a funeral. The three of them were cooking. It's very much a part of our everyday life. When we find out someone passes, Virginia and other women will get together and begin the process. So this is something that's continuously ongoing, and it's just within the last, what was the last funeral you did last week?
Last week, yeah.
So it's very much a part of our culture and daily life that as soon as we find out someone passes, we lower the flags, we have guys that start a fire, that continue to burn the fire. Throughout the funeral, the cooks gather, they feed the grave diggers, they go out and hand dig the graves, they feed the families through the mourning process, and then ultimately they cook a large meal. So it's not just like Christmas and Easter or something, but it's something we do on a very regular basis.
Thank you for that.
The processor isn't working. So we're having technical difficulties. Anybody? It's on here. It's not on there. I know, but it's not working.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, he says try again.
That's okay. We mix it all together.
It's all mixed together. All we gotta do is pulse it.
And then once
And
we,
then add the sugar, the Swedish water tea. But we like to include our kids because someday we're not going to be here and they'll be able to pull from memories like I have and my daughters have, and so they can continue the stuff. We're kind of an oral tradition, so we pass things on that way. And so my little granddaughter, she's 3, and she helped cook her first dinner when she was 7 days old. So.
And I make chicken and dumplings too.
And you make chicken and dumplings. You make the best chicken and dumplings, Mia. Are there any other questions?
So I see you're using corn in this dish. Is that something that's used a lot in cooking? Or is that just a myth that's been perpetuated for Thanksgiving?
It's something that we had a lot of. We had a lot of vegetation. And so we use a lot of corn. We use a lot of pecans. Anything that we could, use to sustain and make our life better is what we did. And so this were some of the things that we had available.
You mentioned your oral traditions. With all the issues your tribe has had to face, how many recipes can you point at and say that's qualified?
Well, some of the tribes, we all have a lot of things that are the same. We have corn soup, which we make it with pork and dried corn. With pork and dried corn, but the Creeks make their corn soup with beef and dried corn. A lot of it, I think, comes from when we would get rations from the U.S. government, because a lot of our foods tend to be the same. My husband is full-blood Cherokee, and I thought growing up that only Papas and Osages made great dumplings. When I went to a dinner with my husband and we were dating, they had great dumplings, and I was so excited because they had something that I knew what it was. So I think it just comes from the rations that we got from the government, and you just kind of made them, and we all kind of make them the same way. But like the Creeks, they use beef, we use pork, so it just kind of varies.
You want to go through some of them though, like?
We make meat gravy, which is beef and flour and water. We make grape dumplings, which is grape juice and flour. Corn soup is dried corn and pork. Beef and hominy is hominy and beef. Our steam fry or our hot meat, whatever you want, it's just meat, and we kind of boil it and steam it until it's good and like melts in your mouth. That's kind of how we like our meat to just kind of melt in your mouth. And then we have fried bread, which is the easiest thing of all. It's just flour, water. Some people use milk and baking soda and a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar. And some people use sugar, some people don't. It just all depends on how you were taught to make it. And then of course pecan butter. We make it.
We make meatballs too out of pecan.
Yeah, meat, sweet meat. When we come out of meeting, when we come for breakfast, we'll have sweet meat. It is the best stuff in the world. It's typically brisket and honey and pecans in it, and it's in balls. It is the best stuff. Anything else you can look at? Yeah. Come on, Sissy, we're done.